Hello everyone, welcome to Book Club Preview. Today we're looking at Charlie Thorne and the Last Equation, Part 1, Chapter 8 and 9. In this chapter, it starts off with uh, uh, Charlie just wondering, okay Dante, who are these people? What are they about? So Dante kind of explains that they're the Furies, they were kind of small terrorist group, but then they started learning about Pandora and getting some information. And Charlie has some questions, but we kind of already learned most of that already. And then Charlie asks, okay, so where are they then? Like, we know who they are. Where did they go? And that's where Dante gets a little bit, we don't know. We don't know where they went. And he's hiding something. He's hiding something that Charlie doesn't know what. But there's some kind of something he's ashamed of, I guess. I'm not too sure. In the first chapter, I think they talked about some mishap, something that happened that wasn't good. So maybe that connects with what happened here. But so Charlie just gets some information on the Furies. She's like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little disappointed. These guys, they don't sound like, super genius criminals. They sound like, small time stuff. And Dante's like, yeah, I agree. They're maybe not be the smartest, but that kind of makes them the most dangerous. They don't know the consequences of what they're going to do. So after this conversation, Charlie says, okay, I'll help you on one condition. Dante says, no, you're no place to make conditions. And Charlie says, I'm in the perfect place to make conditions. My condition is that you will not arrest me for having this $40 million and you'll let me go free after I help you. Okay. Dante opens up a briefcase. Oh, he already has the documents signed by the director of the CIA. And so they make a deal that Charlie will be free after after she helps them with Pandora. This kind of leads to the next chapter, which is, okay, then tell me what you're hiding. What's this sensitive information? And then Dante gives Charlie some documents of the first, our first chapter, right, where the doctors came in to find Einstein and give him morphine, and the CIA was listening the whole time. It was the CIA who broke in. I mentioned maybe it was the Furies, but they're pretty new, so it couldn't have been them. But yeah, the CIA broke in there, and they had heard everything. And so Charlie got to read this transcript of the conversation that took place. Whoa! A lot of stuff going on there. So, but then she kind of reads the German and says, oh, Pandora is in the rail. Okay, did you check the railings? And they kind of talk about what it could have been that Einstein was meaning. And so, oh yeah, it could have meant this. No, we checked that. Oh, did it mean this? No, we checked that too. Was it in some of the burnt things? Yeah, it could have been, but it doesn't make sense that Einstein would have put it in there and say it was somewhere else. So they're thinking, could the word railing be something different? Dante's like, what do you mean? And Charlie says, well, he was on morphine, so he was kind of out of his mind. Maybe he meant like Holmes, like Sherlock Holmes. And we're like, yeah, we thought about that, and we searched his copy of Sherlock Holmes, but we didn't find anything. It's like, well, yeah, that was his copy at that home. Did you look at any of his others? And we're like, well, what are you talking about? And then Charlie goes, oh, you think that Einstein solved Pandora when he was old, but most geniuses, and especially like mathematicians, their genius hits their peak when they're young. And she makes a lot of jokes saying like, look at you, you're old, but I'm younger than you and I'm running the show. And she's like, look at me, I'm 12, but I'm in college, so she keeps making some smart jokes. or maybe dumb jokes at Dante. It's like Einstein probably solved Pandora maybe 10 or 15 years after his theory of relativity. And so that would have given him like 30 years of traveling in different countries, living in different homes, to have hidden Pandora. And Dante's like, oh man, he could have hid it anywhere in the world then. Oh, where would he have gone? And Dante says, I would start in Jerusalem. And that ends chapter 9. So chapter 10, I hope we find out why she thinks Jerusalem, because I have no idea. Vocabulary. Rudimentary means very basic. Elementary, very beginning level of something. Rudimentary math, 1 plus 1, 2 times 2, something like that. Indicating means showing. So Charlie asked him something and Dante was like, looking around, showing with nonverbal communication that maybe he was hiding something. Or he could have been like indicating, yeah, Charlie, you're correct. I can't exactly remember, but indicating means showing or explaining, telling something. Agitator is like a protester, someone who kind of gets other people excited for some cause. We want peace, something like that. Impounded is when the government takes something of yours and doesn't give it back until you've paid a certain amount of money or done something to get it back. We use this word often with cars. In America, for example, if you park your car in the wrong spot, someone can call a tow truck, and this tow truck will come and they'll just take your car. And so when you come back out, oh, where's my car? Oh, well, the tow truck took it. So now you have to go to where the tow truck is, and they have this fence where they put all their cars, and those cars are impounded, captured, and you have to pay a lot of money, maybe not a lot of money, but a few $100s to get your car back, to pay for like the fees of the tow truck driver and the doing the wrong thing to the government, all sorts of stuff. So the CIA took all of Einstein's documents in his house. Assuaged, this means to kind of calmed or relaxed or pacified. So the nurse was like, I'm going to go tell the police. You did a terrible thing. But then they had a special meeting with President Eisenhower, and he said, nurse, housekeeper lady, we did this for our country, and you can trust us. She said, okay. She agreed. Her anger or confusion just calmed down. Transcribing is when you listen to something and you write out everything word for word. And so the CIA agent was listening to the conversation. And discussion question. So in their story, who do you think will find Pandora's box first? Will Charlie get there first, or will the Furies get there first? And or maybe even someone else. I have no idea. Who do you think will find Pandora first? Of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.